What up, what up, what up? How y'all doing today? Week 9. Finally here. 9, unbelievable, really. If you're just hopping in the stream, welcome in. Make sure you get in on this limited edition hoodie giveaway. You'll get one of these hoodies back here. All you gotta do is type hashtag IDPArmy into the chat. Wow, my kids are being extremely loud. Hit me with those questions, y'all. I see people in here. We had some inactives. Offense and defense. Looks like offensively, looks like Tua's not going to play. That's tough. All right, I'm kind of hot. I'm going to take the video off. 1 sec. All right. I'm back. What up, Roo? Where is everybody? Where's Billy? I mean, I thought Billy was going to be here this morning. He's just not here. What the fuck's up with that, Billy? He's probably going, no. Hopkins, a game time decision, looks like. All right, here we go. Starting to roll in. Would you start Jerome Baker, Baron Browning, or Corey Littleton? That's tough. You know, I'm gonna look at my actual rankings, see what they're saying. But off the top of my head, I think I would probably start Jerome Baker of that group as the primary, then Corey Littleton, and then Browning last. Well, I have Corey Littleton at 25, actually. And Jerome Baker at 35. So flip-flop that. Corey Littleton, Baker. All right. What's up, guy? What up, Lofton? Lunch table, what up? So start 1. Shaq Thompson or Ernest Jones. I'm taking Shaq Thompson. Came back last week from injury, looked fine. I think Ernest Jones is still he's going to be good. I need to raise him up in my rankings. Actually, I will be making a few adjustments to my rankings. If you have been on the site, there are a few guys that are too low. I'll probably be doing that right now while I'm talking to y'all, actually. So, how do you feel about Jordan Love? Not good, not great. You know, I mean, yes, the Chiefs defense. So, I mean, that's a pretty good setup as far as fantasy ability to score, but I mean, it's his first start, right? I'm worried. You know, it's a big spot against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I don't feel confident. You could start him, but I don't feel confident starting him. Would you start Shaq over Aaron Donald then? 4 points for sack, 1 point for tackling. Yeah, Aaron Donald has not been anything special this year at all as far as IDP is concerned. So I definitely would. Guys, like I said, make sure you use the hashtag IDPArmy in the comments. you will be entered for a giveaway to get one of the limited edition hoodies that you see behind me there. I only have like 15 of them made. There's not a lot that exists in circulation. So if you want to get in on one of those, type that in there. And at the end of the show, I will do a drawing for that and get you set up for a hoodie. What happened to Alex Singleton last week? That's a good question. I don't know, man. I mean, it's tough with him. He has like a ton of tackles right now, but he just did not get used last week. And it seems like they're just phasing these other linebackers out. They dropped Eric Wilson, who they just signed in the offseason, which was, in my mind, completely unexpected, kind of crazy. I got to get these to be smaller. All right, we'll do that. So, sucks. He went down a little bit. I made some big updates to the IDP index. Moved him down a good bit. Moved Jalen Smith down a good bit. Made some big moves up as far as the rankings in there this week. So if y'all are in the Patreon or if you already have access to the index, go check it out. There have been some changes, obviously, that you'll probably notice even without me telling you that. Buda Baker is another guy who went down a whole tier. All right, Corey Littleton or Damian Wilson at LB. I'm going Corey Littleton. Has been productive. Wilson's been okay, but he doesn't really do a lot besides get a few tackles. Corey Littleton can do more than that. And I expect him to play a lot of snaps. Marvin Jones or Melvin Gordon, please help me. I'm going to say Melvin Gordon. Well, you probably don't know that, but that's what I'm going to say. I love Melvin Gordon. I think he's massively underrated for fantasy. I think he's a good running back. I took the over on him on Underdog. His over-under on his pick'em was like 43 yards rushing. I took the over on that. I think he'll probably, I think that's a pretty good bet. So I like Melvin Gordon. Lunch table legend, but the shit show for me is running back this week. Start 2, Chase Edmonds, Mark Ingram, Devonta Freeman, or Mike Davis. I would start Chase Edmonds and Mike Davis. Ingram, even on the Saints. Actually, scratch that. I would start Chase Edmonds and Mark Ingram. I think Mark Ingram's going to get a lot more work than is he going to get enough work to be reasonable? They're going to rely on that running game. I think it's going to be back to the old days where you're probably going to get a low-end RB2 week out of Ingram as kind of like a floor, even, it feels like. Mike Davis, that's like his ceiling. So I would play Chase Edmonds and Mark Ingram. Or Titans backup name, not Peterson. McNichols? I'd probably stick with Melvin Gordon. And by probably, I mean I absolutely 100% unequivocally would stay with Melvin Gordon. Matthew Leach, TJ Edwards, Queen, or Reader? Queen's been letting you down. Reader's been up and down. Edwards seems to be kind of taking over. I think at this point, Edwards is probably the play. Queen's an okay play, but he's just not doing well. So if you want to put the name value in, put Queen in. But if I'm just playing practically, and these guys all are pretty low, it sounds like they're going to be a flex IDP for you, I would just take Edwards. Love that Ingram call. That's who I was starting, so you confirmed. Get ready for that 3-point game, brother. Judy or Emmanuel Sanders? Ooh, that's tough, but I'm going to go Sanders. Better quarterback, just Emmanuel Sanders. Judy's coming off injury. Teddy Bridgewater, I'm just like, can we stop with the Teddy thing? He's okay, Okay. All right. Brendan says, does Baron Browning get 70% snaps? He could get close again, probably in that area. For the hoodie entry, it has to be just hashtag IDP Army, not the IDP Army. I think you have to put it in by itself. I don't think you can put it with another comment. So to get in on that, make sure you just type in the hashtag IDP Army. We'll get you guys. Someone's gonna get a hoodie. Do y'all still own shares of Ayuk? Thoughts? I have a lot of Ayuk. I have probably more Ayuk than I have Samuel, but I have several teams where I have both. I still think he's going to develop into a fine receiver. You don't do what he did as a rookie consistently, like week over week over week over week, without having something that resembles talent, repeatable talent. So I think Kyle Shanahan is exactly what the rumors are. He's an egomaniac. Listen to a lot of podcasts. Everybody listens. I mean, not everybody listens to podcasts. I'm actually finding out. But I listen to a lot of podcasts I have for a long time. So listening to some recently about like serial killers and just like egomaniacs and psychopaths. And it's like their tendencies of these people. Yeah, you don't have to be a killer to be a psychopath and to be an egomaniac. I mean, it's just, look around. The telltale signs of him being one are there. So, yeah, it's a flex. Thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. Tyreek Ellis, Justin Fields, or Jordan Love. Make sure you use hashtag IDP Army so you can get a chance to win this hoodie. I'm going Justin Fields. I know it's Pittsburgh, so he's probably going to get smashed as far as sacks, but he does have a little bit of rushing upside. He has played a few games now, so maybe he's getting his sea legs under him, you could say, a little bit. And it's the Steelers. I mean, people say the Steelers suck, but they don't. So he's going to have to play catch up probably this whole game. So it's a good situation for Justin Fields to be, continue to build on some of the success he's already had. Again, Jordan Love is a complete unknown right now, so I don't want it. And that offense is only functional because Aaron Rodgers is in it, forcing the ball to Devontae Adams, or like when he beat Kyler without Devontae Adams, which nobody really talks about, but he did. It's just an Aaron Rodgers offense. I don't think it's going to be functional with Jordan Love, at least especially not his first start. I could be wrong, though, so we'll see. Ryan and Valerie Green, Matt Milano projected points are low this week, 11.6. Thoughts on him in your rankings? I'm sitting him for Devondre Campbell. I think sitting him for Devondre Campbell is a wise decision. Devondre Campbell has been playing lights out this year. I have Devondre Campbell as my linebacker 6 right now. I have Matt Milano as my linebacker 28. So, and then I had Ernest Jones at 27. Just to give you an idea of where he's at. So he's still quite a bit lower than Devondre Campbell. I think that's the right play for you. My dude Rousseau only notched one tackle last week. He's got a weak Jags O today. Is he still a weekly start? Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the DL position. You're going to get bottom end weeks, you're going to get high end weeks, and some in the middle. Looks like last week you took one of the low end weeks, which means that you've hit the floor. I expect better things this week. Fellas, I don't hate to be that guy, but let's try to move away from the own and sold verbiage around our players. Let's talk about, acquiring and managing. Let's just try to be conscious of the world we live in. IDP Army, let's get you going. I think I missed that opportunity, Billy. All right, there we go. We're getting some more IDP Army hashtags in there. More people trying to get in on this. Hoodie, we got to go. Do you think Jordan Poyer will play today? It's a good question. What time is it? We got about 15 more minutes for an active start to roll in. I think he'll go. But we'll just have to see. I've been surprised a lot this year, more times than I care to say, where guys I'm like, oh, yeah, he's going to play, and then he's gone, even today, right before I went on, looks like Tua's not going to play. Got a fractured finger. Oh, yeah, that just comes out Sunday morning, like 2 hours before kickoff. Nobody knew all week. Come on. Do I feel confident starting Shaq Thompson over Minka, Marlon Humphrey, and Jesse Bates? That's tough. You're talking about a linebacker versus three, two safeties and a cornerback, 3 defensive backs. Shaq Thompson was playing very, very good to start the season. Who is their matchup this week? I have him at linebacker 22. They get New England. I expect New England to move the ball. Should be plenty of tackling opportunities. I think you're going to get a little bit more upside, though, with a guy like Jesse Bates playing Cleveland. Baker, I don't know what this team's going to be going through right now. And I like Minka, too, for a turnover upside. So of the guys in that group, I would say Humphries is probably my last pick of that set. And I might go Bates, Minka, Thompson, and then Humphrey. But that could easily get shuffled up. That's kind of how I view it. My trade went down this week. Might not be out. Depends what Godwin manager has. There you go. Manager, Billy, for the win. That-a boy, Billy. That-a boy. Oh, man, that Kyler Murray MVP campaign, it's always hot. Weeks 1 through 5. Just like, and it starts to cool. The winds of winter roll in. The boys in the desert can't hang. Jalen Brown's coming off IR. Is he going to steal snaps? Ugh, I don't know. I like here's kind of how I feel about the linebackers for the Titans is I don't really want to be involved with any of them. But if I have to, I have to. And it's Rashaan Evans or David Long. Those are the other guys that I'm interested in. But it's kind of a mess, if we're just being completely honest with ourselves. In Houston's linebacker core this week, also a mess. Not sure what to make of any of that. Who's the better linebacker in Pittsburgh, Bush or Schobert? I think Bush has got a little bit more nuance to his game, maybe. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. But Schobert's a solid vet. He's one of my favorite players in the league. So, Melvin Ingram going to the Chiefs. They said they're going to have a few packages for him this weekend. I'm not playing him or anything, but it'll be something to watch. Maybe he can pull it together there. I don't know. Khalil Mack is out. Zadarius Smith, I don't know if you guys saw the tweet, but he's back in Green Bay, so he should be joining the team in some capacity sooner rather than later. So keep an eye out for him as the season kind of closes out here. If you're looking to make a run, if you're in, redraft league and you need some DL help on your own sleeper, or if you just need like an upside linebacker play, he's going to be probably out there on waiver wires. Might be a good time to go look for him. Got a few more questions rolling in. No way to take Landry off the field. Bush is a dog. Go blue. If you had to start, would you pick Christian Kirk? If you had to pick 2 to start, who would you pick? Christian Kirk, Marvin Jones, Devonta Smith. Christian Kirk and Marvin Jones. I'm sorry, Devonta Smith, he's had a couple of flashy moments here and there, but it's just like for a guy who won the Heisman and was supposed to be this, world beater, and all these guys said it was supposed to be this world beater, game changer, et cetera, et cetera. It's just not happening. And you're like, well, rookies got to develop. I'm kind of over the whole rookies have to develop thing because we see a lot of the really good ones don't anymore. They just ball. You know what I mean? Does Jamar Chase need to develop more? He took a year off football. Give me a break. So, Ernest Jones has been questionable all week. Do you still think he plays? If he does, you're starting him over Shaq. Decisions. I probably would if he plays, yeah. Boyd, Myers, Devontae, Julio need 2. I'm playing Julio and Boyd. I don't want Devonta Smith. I don't want Myers. I don't care. Jesse Bates or Buda Baker at safety. I play Bates. Baker's been not like falling off, but I mean, he has not been what you have wanted him to be over the last few weeks. All right, I'm looking at my rankings and I'm tripping. There he is. Found him. All right, had to move David Long up a few spots. Moving Alex Singleton down a few spots. Damian Taylor's coming up. Make sure you use hashtag IDP Army. Get entered to win that hoodie. Y'all, how you doing? Sorry I was late this week with the ranking show. It's been a busy week doing a lot of stuff. Trying to get things in order for the set up for the off season. Life is good, you know. We'll get these inactives in here pretty soon. Make a final sweep of the rankings. See what's up. Man, the Saints are a mess, aren't they? There's a few teams out there that are just really in bad shape right now. That I feel like a lot of people were like, oh, they're going to be so good. Eagles, Jets. And it's funny, too, like the Jets, you should have seen it coming, but somehow, hope. How was college football yesterday? Jerron Curse, been playing really well against Denver today. Just wanted to kind of highlight him. He's been coming up my rankings. Started out the year, by coming up the rankings, has really solidified himself as a weekly play. There's a lot of good defensive backs. There isn't really a huge separator this year except for, Derwin James with his tackles. Trevon Diggs with the interceptions. But speaking of which, Trevon Diggs does get to play Denver today. Wouldn't shock me at all if he gets an interception. Streak's over, but Schultz or Kittle at tight end? I'm going to go Schultz. I'm just not a big Kittle guy. I just never really have been. Coming off the injury, I feel like he's always getting injured. I just feel like it's always Kittle just, I don't know. He just does nothing about it really gets me going the way it does everybody else. Minka, Budo, Holland, and Rowe. Need 2. All right, I'm definitely starting Minka. I think I'm going to start Budo. I was thinking about starting Holland. I'm not that low on Budo yet, where I'm going to start Javon Holland over him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got Budo ranked at 12 this week. I got Minka at 14. Then Holland, he's down at 33. Then Rowe, he's really low. Where is old Rowe? He's low. Just trust me. He's like in the 40s or 50s. Morning. What's up? With Tua out, do I start Waddle at flex or do I start Julio? I still have Devontae Smith and Adrian Peterson on my bench. I would start Julio. Given the circumstances, the late pull, Tannehill has been looking a little better. They're going to have to pass more in theory. I like Tannehill and I like Julio more than I like Brissett and Waddle this week. Now, I know there is a chance Waddle just turns into a PPR monster this week. But I still think Julio's will play here. It's definitely not Devontae and Adrian. At least I wouldn't. Tua equal bust. Yeah, what an asshole this guy. Guy's got a broken finger and he's calling him a bust. Oh my gosh. I have to ban this guy from the chat. What's going on? He probably watches college football. All right, somebody go warm up my coffee for me. Ugh, it's lukewarm. It's terrible. I need a microwave down here. All right. Because I have A.J. Brown, Debo as my receiver core, I do have Henderson Jr. and Chris in my RB. Chris. Who's Chris? And Mahomes is my QB. All right, I know who Henderson is. Who's Chris? Why do I not know who that is? Somebody tell me why I'm crazy. I like that. I mean, that's a good setup. Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about your flex spot. I would stick with Julio. I mean, Waddle's not going to kill you, I don't think, but that's kind of where I'm at. All right, make sure you use the hashtag IDP Army. You get a chance to win one of the hoodies, limited edition. There's only like 7 or 8 out in circulation. So people around the fantasy football industry have them. I'm going to start doing them as giveaways on the channel, start giving away to some of the Patreons, doing some stuff over there, maybe do them as loyalty things. So appreciate y'all. I'm excited to get one of these in the hands of somebody out there in the world. They're nice. Oh, Christian McCaffrey. Ugh, Christian McCaffrey. He's fucking straight up killing my best ball season. Mike Davis or Van Jefferson in the flex? Definitely Van Jefferson. Mike Davis is just like, are we still here? Do you want that in your life? I don't. Kittle's on a 50% snap. Yeah, put him on the bench. Kittle's, you want to talk about a bust for fantasy football? Kittle. He's been hurt. Keenan Allen, Robert Woods, or Brandon Cooks. Start 2. Well, Keenan Allen's a must start. I'm interested in Brandon Cooks, even though I don't like Brandon Cooks or Robert Woods. Or Keenan Allen, honestly. I don't have any of them on hardly any of my teams. But if I had to pick, I would go Allen and Robert Woods. I do think Robert Woods is a little underrated. He's been one of those guys that's just been not a good situation most of his career. It's been okay, but it's just never really panned out the way it should. The upside's never really hit for him the way it should. So, like, if he actually hit his ceiling, he could have a year that looks similar to like what Stephon Diggs did last year. But he'll just never do that. You know what I mean? There's always going to be some Cooper Kupp. There's always going to be some Todd Gurley. And what is he now, 28, 29? I mean, unless he gets on a team that's just going to make him that guy, he's never going to be that guy. Even though he has everything you want from a guy to be that guy. All right. We are 2 minutes from inactives getting released. Maybe I can pull some of that up on the screen for us. Mm-hmm. Harrison Smith placed on reserve COVID. So it looks like he is going to be out. All right, I'm going to share this screen with you guys and gals on StreamYard. Let me see if I can do that real quick here. All right, share screen. Chrome tab. Okay. So here's this. This just got put out. Looks like Harrison Smith will be. Oh. Boom. Let's see who else is going to be out today. I have a list that I use on Twitter. It's all 32 NFL teams. If you guys want to follow it, you can go to my page and click on list and it will pop up for you. Man, Derek Carr, what a life. All right, well, okay, it is officially now 10:30. Let's see if anybody's put anything out. All right, here we go. Vikings inactives. They don't have Harrison Smith on this list. Oh, I don't want to click into that. All right, here we go. Dawson Knox. Basham. Nobody really relevant for us. Let's refresh it again. Oh, y'all got some questions over here. Hey, Jordan, half PPR. Pick one flex. Boyd or Connor? Ooh, I'll go Connor. Low-key been having a good year. Touchdown equity's definitely there for him. Second most touchdowns in the league behind only Derrick Henry. Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert at quarterback. I don't think you can go wrong with either. Man, Joe Burrow's been so good last couple of weeks, but I still think Herbert brings more upside to the table just based on what we saw last year and what we've seen in early parts of this year. Really hope Ravens use Bateman, kicking ball. They've been doing fine without him. So, he's the rookie in. Should I go with Big Ben over Jordan Love in Arizona? Yeah. I mean, why would you play a quarterback that you've literally never seen play football when you could play a Hall of Fame quarterback? I mean, granted, I understand it's Big Ben, but it's not like he's been that bad. James Robinson, inactive. Dun. What we got here? Latavius Murray inactive? Let's go to the home timeline, see what's up. Whoa. Malik Reed not expected to play. So do they just not? I mean, Denver, what are they doing? Are they tanking? All right, I got another list that has some good names on it. All right, football. No. Oh, I used to have a list that was just Adam Schefter. Man, okay, Harrison Smith being out is a big deal, y'all. It really is. So if you got him, you're definitely going to want to go make sure that he's not in your lineups. All right, here's a question from YouTube or from Twitter. Who would you sit? Who should I sit? Brandon Jones, Justin Reed, or Tyrann Mathieu? I would sit Justin Reed. He'll probably never know I answered that. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. So somebody was asking about Jordan Poyer earlier. Where's he at here? All right, looks like he's going to be active today. Teron Johnson looks like he's going to be good to go as well. Inactives over here. See, this is awesome. Every team needs to put out an exact piece of content like this at 10:30 every Sunday. That would be great. I'd love that. Shout out to the Bills for always being amazing. Buffalo Bills PR, of course. Go follow my man Greg. He's awesome. Cover One guys are dope. Of course, he retweeted it. All right, let's see if there's anything else in the timeline we need to look at. List. 32 teams. What is this? Come on, Dallas. This is the Dallas Cowboys PR's piece of paper. Look at this. Come on, guys. Give me a break. All right, what we got going on here? Nothing overly important for IDP. Actually, nothing important for IDP at all. All right, so Malik Reed is a big deal, kind of. I briefly touched on him a couple of weeks ago. Look, this is another good piece of content. Ooh, BetGM, they're getting their sponsorships in there too. Man, Denver's got it figured out. Especially with Von Miller leaving and Bradley Chubb being hurt, Malik Reed has been playing very good this year. Now he's out. There's basically no pass rush in this game. If you can get Dak Prescott squeezed in any of your lineups in DFS or anywhere else right now, or an Underdog if you do any more drafts, he's been so cheap on Underdog this week. I think I only put like 2 teams together with him on there. That was a huge flaw by me. He's gonna eat today. So, all right, I guess I'll go back here. I'll stop sharing my screen, and I'll come back to reality. So, we are back at it again. If you guys don't play Underdog, you need to get on that. Click the link in the description. Go play. Jalen Ramsey looks like he's going to be active. Excuse me. Didn't see anything that said he wasn't. I gotta get a better chair. He's still questionable. Ramsey is. You won't know until tonight, so you'll have to just monitor it. Hopefully, you've got a backup plan. Jordan Fuller, Taylor Rapp, maybe one of the other corners if it's a cornerback specific league. I'd have somebody ready because they're not playing Von Miller tonight apparently because they want to preserve him for the playoffs. Let's put the cart before the horse, shall we? Eric Wilson out, not playing for Denver today, or not Denver, Houston today. And you're caught up. Unless there's breaking news I'm missing somewhere. All right. I'm going to give everybody who's in here one more shot to do the giveaway. I type hashtag IDP Army into the comment section. I have a little tool that StreamYard does where I can draw based on the people who type that in. And then if you want, I'll get a hold of you and we will get you sized up and I'll get you a hoodie out to you. And hopefully this time next week, you'll be sitting there in a dope IDP Army hoodie and you'll be watching me and Billy will be here. Hopefully I messaged Billy. He's at work. Billy's the kind of the OG, King of the Offensive Points pod, which is our sister pod, cousin pod, I don't know, other pod, if you want to call it that. I call it Around the NFL, but rated R. So it's pretty funny. It's all right. Man, I have Aaron Donald ranked 6. I don't even feel like he deserves to be ranked 6 this week. But he plays the Tennessee Titans. And they don't have Derrick Henry. So I'm going to give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. When you type in IDP Army, make sure it's lowercase, Brendan, like Lofton did here. Guess I'll do that drawing right at the turn of the hour. So we got about 20 minutes before I do that. Any other questions you guys have for me? I'm willing to answer. What up, Bomber? Make sure you go check out the Patreon, patreon.com/IDP Army. Get in on the Ultimate IDP Index. We are working on expanding that into more. It's going to be more. Okay. We're working on a Devi version and an overall Dynasty version where we'll be able to hopefully have all 3 of those together in one package on the Patreon, or you'll be able to get whichever one you want, depending on if you want the Devi, the Dynasty, or the IDP rankings. And I do the IDP ones, but I'm working on, we're expanding the team. The fantasy IDP Army is getting bigger. We're going to add a couple more guys that are solid content creators that are going to kind of run those ranking sets for us, so that we know they're curated well, with smart guys that know what they're talking about in the Dynasty community and in the Devy community. I'm not a big Devy fan. That's very well known. I kind of talk trash on it. I don't like it, but that's not the point. Other people do like it, and I want you guys to have the chance to, like I say, in our brand, it says mostly IDP, all fantasy football. Just because I'm not into it doesn't mean that we don't see the value and the merit of it. So we are going to be adding an extension of that to the brand in the off season. So keep your eyes open for that. Already worked on the infrastructure for that, building that out. We'll get that all ramped up in the off season and keep growing this thing. What up? What up? Get them in there while you can. I know he gets to play a crappy quarterback or a young quarterback today, so that gives him a little boost. Chris Jones. But David Onyemata or Cameron Hayward. I'm playing Hayward. He's been playing great this year. He gets the rookie quarterback in Justin Fields. I'm just going to rock with that. I need a quarterback this week, guys. I can pick up Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor, Tannehill. Thank you. Let me consult my rankings. I have Daniel Jones as my quarterback 12. I have Ryan Tannehill as my quarterback 13. And I have Tyrod Taylor as my quarterback 22. So, if that gives you an idea of where I'm at, it's not looking great for Tyrod, in my opinion. Seems like he's made of glass. I mean, if we're just being honest with ourselves. Jacoby Brissett versus Houston is actually interesting. I might put him ahead of Tyrod. I think I am. Tyrod's now 23. I'll move Jacoby Brissett up a spot. Best pod on the feed, some would say. Yeah, okay. Billy and these guys, they have their little pod on the feed, and it's pretty good. It's all right, but I don't know about the best pod on the feed. We're still training them up. Take the training wheels off soon. We'll really get the offense humming in the off season. We're actually looking to replace Billy. Don't tell him, but we got a guy coming in. A lot more experience. Josh Norman or Jenkins at the CB spot. Ooh, that's cold, man. That's cold. Josh Norman low-key been like, all right. Jenkins has not been doing what I wanted him to do this year. I'm probably gonna go Josh Norman. Take a peek at my rankings, see if they agree with me. Yeah, I got Josh Norman at 29 at defensive back, and then I have Jenkins. I got Jenkins all the way down at 66. I'm actually going to bring him up into the top 50s, but he's still not very high for me. Elijah Molden on the same team had a pretty good game last week. I have him just ahead of Janoris Jenkins. I am in some spots. Listen, y'all, it's week 9. Don't give up. Don't roll over. Don't quit. Fight, okay? The fantasy football season ends so soon. It's sad. All right. I don't care if you're 2-7 or whatever. And it's like, go win. Please go try to win. Okay. Guys get in the playoffs all the time with losing records and win the leagues. Okay. Don't give up. Anything that happens can happen in reverse. Speaking of which, where do I put Carlos Hyde in my rankings, everyone? Help. Carlos Hyde, you old bastard. You old bastard. I used to be a big Carlos Hyde stan. I still kind of like him. Man. Is David Montgomery active? Hold up. David Montgomery's active. What's going on? Man. Duggar or Poyer? This is a great question. Both these guys been balling out from that DB spot for you. I'm going to go Poyer, but I mean, it's a toss-up. I have them both in my top 5 this week, I think. I'm pretty sure after I get Carlos Hyde moved up in my rankings a little bit, okay, I found him, I will go look and tell you exactly where I have. I think they're both in my top 5 IDPs. I'm pretty sure Poyer's 4 and Duggar is 5. Nope, I was wrong. Poyer's 2 and Duggar is 3. So, I mean, you got good problems right there, my guy. I would try to find a way to sneak them both into your lineup this week, but I got Poyer ahead, so I'm sticking with it. Hey, if anybody out there is friends with Logan Ryan, I know he's now hosting the Players Podcast for the NFL. Tell him to hit me up. Come on the IDP Army podcast. We'd love to get a player on here, especially one who was the number 1 overall defensive back in IDP 2 years ago. That'd be dope. So pull those strings if you got them. Nagy said he looks good and could see work. Yeah. What do I do with Khalil Herbert? Should I keep playing him? Yeah, it looks like Poyers is going to be a game time decision. We'll still have, but I was looking at the tweet put out by the Buffalo Bills PR team earlier, and he was listed as active. So Big Ben over Brissett, I would go yes. Better weapons, better quarterback. TJ Edwards or Azeez Al-Shaair. I need a late game IDP. I'd go Edwards. Azeez has been okay. He had 1 or 2 pretty good games. Nothing lights out, though, but he hasn't really been blowing the doors off of him by any means yet. So, Jardog 1165, pick 2, Schobert, David Long, and Demario Davis. I'm gonna go Demario Davis and David Long. I love Schobert, but he has been a little bit slow this year to really put up the points that I like. Demario Davis does have a lot of upside, and David Long has been playing lights out. I have Montgomery, and I'm not playing him yet. Probably a prudent decision. You know, some people may not have the choice, but prudent, yeah. Agreed. I get it. All right, listen. So there's been like 18-ish people, 20 people at max in this stream. Only 6 people are entered to win this hoodie. So your odds are pretty good if you're in there to win this hoodie, guys and gals. Speaking of gals, Shauna, I don't know if you're still out there. Shauna was one of our listeners last year, basically on every show. I saw her once this year, but I haven't seen her since. So we miss you. I haven't seen Malone in here yet this morning. Wonder where he's at. We appreciate everyone in the IDP Army community. Tyreek, I hope that you got your IDP Army hashtag in here too. Would love for you to win this hoodie. No shade at anybody else, but Tyreek is also one of our day one homies, been supporting the channel since the beginning. Back when we just had, 18, 20 subscribers. There he is. He's in there. He's in there. Good. Now I got us built all the way up to 1,200. Would like to get the channel up to 2,000 by the end of the season. Yeah, it's a little bit high, maybe a little ambitious, but we didn't get here by being unambitious, did we? So hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed. Go share it in your group chats if you got them. You know, if you're in a Facebook group, talks about fantasy football, got a cousin, an aunt, whatever. Bomber wants to know if he can enter. What do y'all think? Should we let Bomber enter the hoodie contest? Bomber, how about this? How about we let the people get the hoodie and I'll just send you a shirt for free, bro. Because I got shirts too. So okay. About 10 more minutes. I dug off the stream early today. Woo! Golly. All right. I haven't been on Twitter in 20 minutes, so clearly I've missed everything. All right. I got a question here. Browning or Tay Crowder? I think I'm going to go Tay Crowder. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. Man, Kirk Cousins have to air it out today. I need more Kirk Cousins stacks too. I was going to buy one once the store got up. Yeah, the site's definitely still in construction. Tranquil seems to have cooled off a bit. Yeah, that ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. He did get injured, though. Guys play more tentatively after they get injured, I've noticed. I don't have any data. I can't pull up a graph that shows you that. Sorry. You just have to take my word for it or not. Pick 2. Josh Allen, Randy Gregory, Leonard Williams. Which 2 you think will get a sack? I mean, I don't want to – they'll all probably get a sack. But if I had to pick 2 to play, I'm going to play – dang. This is actually a good question. Randy Gregory's been playing lights out. Leonard Williams has been so good, and Josh Allen's been so good too. Man. I think I'm going to play Leonard Williams and Randy Gregory. I know it's going to be hard to bench Josh Allen after the week he had last week, but Gregory gets Denver, and Williams has such a high floor and has such a good ceiling. I really like him a lot this week. So, yeah. Edmonds, Connor, Jeff Wilson, McNichols, pick 2. That's Connor and McNichols. Connor and McNichols. Listen, if you're in the chat, hashtag IDP Army. You got 5 more minutes. We're going to be doing a drawing. The winner will get one of these hoodies. Can't beat that, can you? Sup, my dude. Happy Sunday. Good luck this week. Yeah, what's up, Futurist? I'll be on with the Futurist sometime in November. Waiting to hear back on the official dates and times on that. Hopefully, Futurist starts hanging out with us a little bit more on the channel too. Hopefully, we'll see what's up. Good dude, good insights, Steelers fan, so checks all the boxes. Oh, this is a good one. Leonard Williams or Jonathan Greenwood? I'm going against Williams. I have Greenwood. Now that we're all kind of into Jonathan Greenwood, it would make sense that this is the week that he like gooses everybody. So I'm still gonna roll with Williams, and yeah, but Greenwood, I mean, he's been playing very, very good. Oh, man, these inactives just keep popping up. There you go, Kevin. Futurist is the real deal. We'll see. Tell me something that's going to happen in the future. Akeem Hicks, David Onyemata, or Larry Ogunjobi at DT. Larry Ogunjobi does get the, the kind of the fun revenge game narrative if you want it. I liked him a lot when he was playing with the Browns. I'd probably go with Ogunjobi. I feel like Brissett will get sacked a ton today. We'll have to see. I mean, yeah, Greener definitely does have that kind of pop upside to him. I was just looking at my rankings. I had him too low. He's now at DL 24, so probably even still a little low there, but can't get them all right. Do you stash Ridley on IR or just get rid of him? I mean, in redraft, I'll just get rid of him. I mean, if you have the IR spell, just drop him to drop him. I mean, but don't anticipate playing him at any point the rest of the season either. Guru picked up Holland for the upside, but already have Rowe also. Which one is the keeper? I keep Holland. I think Rowe's kind of slowly been getting phased out last few weeks. So. Who dat? Who dat? That's them Saints getting their ass kicked. Sorry, Rue. Cunningham or Hewitt for Houston. Ooh, this is a fun one. Camus Grugier Hill. I don't know what he was kind of doing a thing. What would happen to him? Where's he at? I'm looking at my actual rankings. I have Cunningham very, very, very low. Just because that's basically how it's been so far this year. And he's deserved to be that low. Ooh, what am I doing? Go to the linebackers. I would probably go Hewitt over Cunningham, but I'm trying to avoid all. Probably. I gotta get Camus Grugier Hill. I feel like maybe he and Hewitt and then Cunningham. They just don't really like Cunningham there anymore. If they can play other guys they brought in over him, I think they're going to. They kind of have showed that they want to do that, and they have done that. Pick one player in PPR: Devontae Smith, Julio Jones, Jacoby Myers. Julio Jones. All right, we're 1 minute out. Hashtag IDP Army if you want a chance to win a limited edition IDP Army hoodie. Mostly IDP, all fantasy football. Literally only like 6 people, 7 people in the whole world have one of these. And you could be next. And we're going to start doing some giveaways like that on the channel for more live streams. I do also have shirts. Want to reward the guys and gals that have been supportive of the community over a long period of time. So probably start dishing those out to some people in the Patreon and the Discord channel. So if you're not in the Patreon supporting the show and the channel, if you're not on the Discord, you can do that by clicking the link below. There's one for the Patreon. You can just go search us on Patreon. We have one of the larger fantasy football Patreons that exists. Not like one of the largest, but one of the larger ones. We're growing, and IDP Fantasy Football is growing. And we don't apologize. We don't take prisoners. So we go out, we get our dubs, we get our licks, and we come back and get for it the next week. All right. We got our entries in. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So let's see how I do this. I'm gonna click the share button. I'm gonna share screen. Then I will share the giveaway one. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. Bring it up. Add to stream. Okay. So let's see who's going to win a hoodie. I think I just clicked this button. Hey, Alexander 302, my man, you just won an IDP Army hoodie. Look at that celebration. Wow. I mean, talk about a win. It's not even noon yet. If we haven't started playing fantasy football and you're already winning stuff, brother, congrats. shoot me a DM on Twitter at 50 Shades of Drunk. Or you can, I don't know, can you DM on YouTube? I don't think that's a thing. You can comment at me or whatever. Shoot me an email. I think there's an email address you can do whatever, but we'll get your address from you, my guy, and we'll get your size for you, and we'll get you this hoodie shipped out. Probably send that out to you tomorrow, my dude. So congrats. That was fun. I was really excited for you and that whole experience. So I like that. I'm going to start doing that a little bit more often, maybe with some shirts and stuff too. So pretty cool feature that they offer here on StreamYard, that it's pretty easy to do that. So, okay, we've been on for 1 hour and 48 seconds. More questions, comments, smart ass remarks, things you all want to discuss. I have a little bit. I have a little bit more time. Yeah, bro, appreciate it. I mean, I'm happy for you. I like seeing other people win. You know, I like giving people things. I mean, I love the fantasy football community, the IDP Army community. It's fun to grow it. You know, I mean. Yeah, it's just been a really cool experience, growing this brand, growing the business, growing the podcast, growing the channel, growing the community. I'm grateful to everyone who's watched, listened, reached out, subscribed, liked, asked a question, the whole bit. So that was cool. Go Giants. Yeah. See, the thing is, no. Let's go Chiefs. Let's go Steelers. Let's go Bills around here. Oh yeah, look at this. This guy. Trying to show. Bomber already tried that, bro. We've shut it down. All right, now Billy and Bomber are going into the same file together. Shame. Ooh, them circles. Okay, quit. Boston, Scott, or Moss at the flex? Okay, this is a really, really, really good question. Boston Scott he's been superior in fantasy production to Miles Sanders when he's played. He's basically been what people were kind of hoping Miles Sanders would end up being. So I like Boston Scott a lot. Flip side of that is Moss is kind of becoming the guy for the Bills. Now, the guy for the Bills is not the guy for the Steelers. You know, he's not looking at any week where he's getting close to 30 touches. But he's still the guy for a team that can possess the ball and move the ball. And they're using him as a goal line back, not just Josh Allen. So this is a really, really good flex option. I'm going to play Moss, but that's again, I'm going to tell you, this is my bias. I don't like the Eagles in general. So if I have those two options, I'm playing Moss. I like the Bills. I want to watch the Bills game. I don't want to have to put on the Eagles game and see if my guy scored. I'd rather watch the Bills game. Is that sound fantasy advice? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm playing Moss. The circular one. I don't know what that means. Sounds offensive. Bills, arguably the best team. Yeah, Bills are dope. I mean, they definitely got the best quarterback right now. I mean, Mahomes is still doing Mahomes stuff, but his team is just not good around him. You know, it's just we have no run game. We're not even utilizing our second or third wide receivers, really. It's just, I don't know, it's goofy. Yeah, here's the thing. We did this already with Ed Oliver a couple of years ago. There was a whole sector of the IDP community that was like, take Ed Oliver with a first-round pick in super flex fantasy. And it was just like this, what? Ed Oliver's been dumpster fire since then, okay? And then we saw Chase Young, you know, back in first. Great. Had a good rookie season. This year, he has been so bad for IDP. I don't give a F about what his grade is on whatever metric site you're looking at. On a snap-per-snap production basis, he's done almost nothing. Almost nothing. It's abysmal. It's sad. It's depressing. So if you want to tank for Thibodeau, be my guest, Billy. I'm in Dynasty Leagues with you. I'd love that. Love it. Oh, go Cowboys. All right. I mean, I'm about them boys today. Like I said, I said last week on the show or at some point on the show, like I used to hate Dak. I used to be a big Dak hater. Like straight up, I was just like, I don't like Dak. I like Dak now. He's awesome. He's a good guy. He's impossible not to root for. Like, I don't know, just something about him. I want to see him win. Also, it doesn't make any sense why nobody's talking about how TJ Watt on 303 defensive snaps is like basically the most productive defensive player of all time, not named J.J. Watt. But whatever. Somebody will catch on in 2 or 3 weeks, some major talking head, and then someone will put out a tweet, get a bunch of retweets, a bunch of likes, and no one will notice that I've been standing for him for a lifetime, but it's all good. It's all good. Christian Wilkins, low-key, been having a pretty good year. Gets Houston today. I like that matchup a lot. He's in my top 24 DL today. Chandler Jones still has not had a sack since week 1. 10 total tackles. That sucks. Sucks real bad. Oh, man, some of those numbers JJ put up were, just gaudy. Gaudy. Okay, Billy, calm down. You sound like one of these crazy guys. If there's anything our brand stands on, it's rationality, thoughtfulness, patience. Regret trading Watt for Claypool in Dynasty, but I'm stacked on V10. So, yeah, Claypool I think is going to pan out pretty well, but people do not understand, and it blows my mind. People do not understand the level at which TJ Watt plays every single week. And it just it's so upsetting to me. It's so upsetting because it's been so obvious and so apparent that he is like in a tier of his own defensively. And nobody in this authoritative spot has passed that statement yet. And at this point, it's almost like they won't do it because so many people like me, fans, people without any clout that don't know what they're watching. Well, they've been saying he's good for a long time, but we never recognized it. So to say that we recognize it now would be to say that we didn't recognize it before. So now we can't validate the past, so we can't validate the present. So on 303 snaps, 8.5 sacks, nobody fucking cares. 3 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, 9 tackles for loss. Nobody cares. He's missed 2 games. He played 16 snaps, another one, and nobody cares. Why? Because that would have to say, we missed it the last couple of years. Anyway, my TJ Watt rants are epic, and they're all accurate, and they're all over this channel. IDP guys, never heard of them. With no pass rush in Denver, is Chubb going to get some run? Bradley Chubb? He's still on IR, I think. Higbee, Freiermuth, Okwejubomanan, or Dan Arnold. Let's just call him Albert O. Let's just move past the funny jokes about how we can't say his name. Just give him a name we can't say. So Albert O, Higbee, Freiermuth, Albert O, or Dan Arnold. Yo, Pat Freiermuth is that dude, okay? He's that dude. I don't know if y'all been watching him. He looks special. I'll play him. Big Ben already trusts him. For a rookie, he's getting targeted in high leverage, high equity situations. 3rd and long, 4th and short, goal line stands. They're looking to Pat Freiermuth. They're saying, you are an integral, meaningful, reliable part of this team. Dude's been there 6 months. Give me Freiermuth. And you know what? When the Higbee regression hits, get hit on somebody else's team because I'm tired of fucking playing him. Yeah, man, Bradley Chubb, not going well for the guy. All right, well, this has been fun. Good stream. I don't love sitting here talking to myself. I know a lot of people think that I love just listening to sit on my own voice. I would rather converse with somebody. Hopefully next week Billy will be back. We'll get Ruger, or we'll get Bomber on here eventually before the season gets going. Bomber, just hit me up and let's try to make sure we work one of these weeks out before the season gets over. Get you on here. Yeah. Like I said, subscribe to the Patreon. We got more shit coming. Like I said, we're going to be getting a Devy index. We're going to be getting a Dynasty index, and we're going to be coupling that with the IDP index. We're going to be offering a lot more stuff over there. You know, we're not a big corporate Costco fantasy site. This isn't the Walmart of fantasy. There's a little mom and pop, you know, a little fantasy boutique right down the street. You know, we'll have some projections. We'll have some rankings. We'll have some guys you maybe have heard of, maybe you haven't, but get to know us. The quality of the product is delightful. We work hard. We play hard. We like to win. We like to have fun. And we like playing on Underdog Fantasy. So if you want a $100 deposit match bonus, click on the link right there. Go play Underdog with me. Later this week, I'm going to post on my timeline. Going to be doing a group. This is too funny not to post. Queen equal poop. Referring to Patrick Queen. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about him. He's poop. You know, you kind of have to just let him be. Anyway, we'll be posting a draft on Underdog later this week on the timeline. So if you want to hop in, get on the channel in a draft that we do. Keep an eye out for that. All you gotta do is be signed up for Underdog. Click that link. You can jump in there with me and my man Dave Kluge. Yeah. I ain't really got nothing else to say, y'all. I'm just kind of chilling here with you. Man, how about that daylight savings time? Did it get you all fucked up? Do you need stats help? Bro, we're always, I mean, if you have any sort of skills that you think could be useful and you're a reliable person and you think that you could be a long-term asset, long-term is the key here. I'm tired of messing around with people that are like wanting to be helpful for like 3 weeks or 6 months or whatever. When you want to build something that lasts, it takes time. So hit me up. Pick one, PPR, Claypool, C Tony. I think you mean K Tony, bro. Or Waddle. I'm going to go Claypool. How do the hoodies fit in your opinion? All right, so I weigh like 205 pounds, and I have a large, and the large like fits kind of snug. But I wear like the extra large when I'm just like bumming around the house. So they fit nice though. I mean, they fit well. They don't like shrink. They don't like pull up, if that makes sense. Even after you wash them, they stay pretty loose. So I'd go XL just in general, probably just because you're probably lounging around the house in there, going to the gym in it. My kids actually slept in for once. Yeah, kids always sleep in on the days that it doesn't make any sense for them to sleep in. You know, I'm here for the long haul. Yes, sir, Bomber. I know you're holding it down at Dynasty Nerds too. I don't know. I mean, I put a little announcement out on my timeline the other day. It's not like a big deal, but I've been associated with and writing for and working with Dynasty Nerds for the past 2 years in fantasy football. Now I'm just exclusively IDP Army and semi-pro fantasy. I mean, those are my brands. That's what I do, repping this channel, repping myself. You know, I'm not opposed to jumping on to help some other brands, put out some content for them, put them in contact with some people that maybe could help them. But I really want to just grow my own personal brand, grow my own personal fantasy football stuff. And I mean, I've learned enough to know how to do that now. So there's no reason to keep working for other people, you know, being, I don't want to say like use negative words, but shackled creatively. I mean, you have to appease or work with what they tell you can work with. When you're autonomous, you can do whatever you want. That's what I want to do. Bomber and I are heel toe. We need to pay in hoodies. Paid? Nobody around here you don't get paid. Pay in cookies. Can't wait for Christian McCaffrey to fuck up his hamstring in the second drive. Gosh. I don't really mean that. I don't want that to happen. I think that's what's going to happen. That's literally all they do. How is Lamb ankle? Don't want a Hopkins situation like last week. LOL. Yeah, I mean, he's a flex this week. You're not feeling super confident about playing him, but you're probably going to have to, just depending on what your team's like. I think a projection of like 10 points is kind of safe. Could be a little over, could be a little under. I wouldn't expect a big ceiling game from him, though. So, all right, y'all. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We'll be on tomorrow to talk about waivers. I'll get that show actually up at a reasonable time this week. I'll get back on the ball this week. Index, check it out. Check out the Patreon. Follow us on Instagram. Or not, I always say on Instagram as if we actually use it. Follow us on Twitter at 50 Shades of Drunk, at the IDP Army, at Semi Pro Fantasy. Alexander, hit me up on Twitter. We will get you sorted out on that hoodie. I'll try to get that mailed out to you tomorrow. The rest of y'all, good luck. Go win your matchups, and I will see you back here later this week. Peace.